Randy Bullock, the new Tennessee kicker, kicks it off. It's a touchback in Seattle, and Russell Wilson will get the football at the 25-yard line. On first down, a handoff to Chris Carson trying the left side, and he picks up a yard on the play. Wilson fires left, and it's caught by DK Metcalf. Short of the chains. It'll be 3rd and short for the Seahawks. Not get both in, so quickly 3rd and 8. Wilson chased out. Nobody home, and Wilson lunges for the first down, and it looks like he's going to be just short. It's going to be 4th and 1. Danico Autry was pursuing for Tennessee. 4th and 1. Michael Dixon, the punter, comes out. And he boots it away. Chester Rogers, the deep man for the Titans, lets it go over his head, and it bounces into the end zone. So it will be a touchback, a 66-yard punt, but a net of 46. Derrick Henry on first down, and he gets a yard. Henry taken down for a loss. Tannehill trying to communicate the play. This crowd is rocking. Over the middle, it's caught, but short of a first down. It was Chester Rogers on the completion. Bobby Wagner the first to get there. Back to receive the punt from Brett Kern. Kern's punt bounces around the 30-yard line and out of bounds. On first down, it's a play fake. Wilson setting up to go deep. He's going to take a shot. Lockett is down there. He's got it! Big play. Wilson to Lockett. A 51-yard gain.
You have to be a connoisseur of the deep ball to really appreciate Russell Wilson. Tyler Lockett, very patient in running his route, getting right on top of the safety and then dropping that ball in. It's almost from the top of the stadium.
Carson gets away from the first and is tackled at the 14. 2nd and 5. Carson again.
See, you call them 50-50 balls. I call them 90-10 balls.
Yeah. Travis Homer in it, running back on 3rd and 4. Wilson looking for Homer. Now he's going to pump it. Throws end zone, incomplete. The punter Dixon is the holder. And Myers has now made 36 consecutive field goals dating back to the 2019 season. 3-0 Seattle. Myers boots it away with Rogers back deep for Tennessee. And he's going to take this out of his own end zone. He was 2 yards deep, and he is spun down shy of the 20.
I think Tennessee needs to counterpunch and try and throw the ball over the head of the Seattle Seahawks.
Tannehill to the air on first down, and he comes back the other way, and it is complete at the 20. On 2nd and 4, the give is to Henry, and he spins his way forward for a couple to bring up 3rd and 2.
So right here, he can communicate with the offensive line, but he's probably got to give hand signals to the wide receivers out wide. Look at Julio Jones looking in there, trying to see what are we going to run.
And movement up front. Sam Brilo, who is replacing the injured Lewan at left tackle, moved. Our referee today is John Hussey.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 10. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
So that was Jamal Adams coming on a blitz. Henry picks it up. Tannehill goes deep for Brown, and he dropped it. He felt the footsteps coming, Quandre Diggs, but A.J. Brown has to make that play. 2nd and 10. Henry. And some hard running up to the 35-yard line to make it 3rd and short. 3rd down and 3. Tannehill has time, and he finds his man. Off to the races there is Tommy Hudson, in his first NFL game. He was elevated off the practice squad yesterday, and he picks up 14. First and 10. Tannehill fires over the middle, caught by A.J. Brown. Good for a Tennessee first down. Henry fights off a couple of tacklers and then is knocked down hard at the 38-yard line. No gain on the play. Tannehill completes it to Swaim, who's upended by Jamal Adams. First catch of the season for Jeff Swaim. We all know it's tough on the offense. 3rd and 5. Tannehill, and it is caught. Julio Jones had it, juggled it, has it again, and it's good for a Tennessee first down. 17-yard gain for Jones.
Now, I would go fast and try and run this play so that Pete Carroll doesn't take too many looks at it. But he certainly has it, and it just gets punched out right there at the end.
From the 16. And a timeout called before the snap by Seattle.
Or you're on an island down here against Julio Jones at the bottom.
Henry. Not a lot of running lanes so far in this first quarter for Henry. Tannehill high in the end zone. Chester Rogers the closest target. Tannehill was hit as he threw it. 3rd and 9. Here comes the heat. Tannehill fires for Brown. A lot of contact in the end zone and no flag. Coverage by DJ Reed, and it's 4th down. So now it'll be the first field goal attempt for Tennessee's latest kicker. This is Randy Bullock. He replaces Michael Badgley, who was cut on Monday. A 33-yard attempt for Bullock. Low snap, kick on the way, and it is good. So Bullock 1 for 1 in his Titans career. And with 2:45 to go in the first, we are tied at 3 on CBS. DJ Dallas. And this will be a touchback. Carson on first down, trying to get around the edge on the right side. Good job by that Tennessee defense. Guys, thank you very much. 2nd and 10 here. Quick pass. Wilson completes it to Metcalf. And he is tackled at the 28-yard line. Harold Landry makes the play. Wilson, and he completes it for a first down. Final minute of the first quarter. Carson. And all over him is Landry, who's been active here defensively. 2nd down and 8. Final 10 seconds of the quarter. Another quick pass to Metcalf. Makes the catch. And Jenkins is able to make the tackle immediately for the Titans. And that is the final play of the first quarter. Evenly matched through 1. 3-3 on CBS.
I think you need to get out on the field on 3rd down.
3rd and 4. And it's broken up.
Jerry would have had
it. Jenkins breaks it up. Oh, almost blocked, and a flag comes in. Westbrook Akina made contact with the punter Dixon.
Regardless of running or roughing, that's going to be a first down because of the distance to go.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
This is one of those areas on the field, James, where sudden change, you take a shot deep. Wilson thinking the same way, but nobody home. And Wilson is brought down. Denico Autry with the sack.
Sometimes he's at linebacker. He's bouncing around on the inside there.
And now some movement up front. A false start on Seattle. Looked like Brandon Shell, the right tackle.
False start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
2nd and 19. This is Swain. And Swain with multiple flags down on the field.
DK Metcalf is.
Whoa, yep. Metcalf and Fulton again. We pointed it out before they were having words. And during the timeout, Pete Carroll had a long talk with Metcalf, trying to tell him to settle down a little bit.
Holding. Offense, number 14. 10-yard penalty enforced from the spot of the foul. Second down.
Pressure coming. Wilson is sacked. Tennessee getting the pressure on Wilson. Jeffrey Simmons, one of the first to get back there, a loss of 7. Simmons and Autry will split the sack. Dixon back out to punt. And this one down towards the corner, but too far again. Dixon led the NFL last year in punts inside the 20, but that's his second touchback here of the first half. This drive at their own 20-yard line. And a give to Henry. Pushes the pile forward and out to the 25-yard line. Second down and 6. Play fake. Tannehill taking a deep shot down the field, looking for Julio Jones. What a catch! He holds on and is brought down at the 25-yard line. A 51-yard gain.
We talked about Russell Wilson and his ability to throw the deep ball. Well, the same can be said for Ryan Tannehill.
And Julio Jones already with more yards today than he did all of last week against Arizona. Tannehill looking for more in the air. Fires to Jones again. He makes the catch at the 11. And Jones said, I'm anxious to get out there today and get that taste out of my mouth. So far, so good. Flag is down as Henry takes the ball down to the 3-yard line.
Illegal motion. Offense, number 18. Turning upfield prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Tannehill chased out. Pump fakes. He'll keep it himself at the 10 and out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Henry down to the 5. Tannehill is decked. Bobby Wagner coming free for the 3rd down sack.
Great job by the defensive tackle, picking the guard, and then the tackle not being able to slide down inside to squeeze the gap.
On Reynolds, proves costly as Bullock comes on for the field goal, and it is good. With 8:18 to go in the first half, Tennessee has taken the lead, but they had the ball down at the 3, a penalty and then the sack, and the Seahawks defense holds Tennessee to a field goal. Bullock with a short kick, fielded and then dropped by Dallas at the 7, scoops it up and then tackled right there at the 17-yard line. They've had to buy out all the 54 jerseys and he said it was too expensive. Wilson throwing connects with Metcalf, who knocked Evans's mouthpiece out. It's Carson. Across the 35 and up to the 37. Another NFL Today update. Wilson looking deep, floating one. He's got a man, and guess who? It's Lockett who gets it away. Lockett at the 10. Touchdown! Bad tackling by the Titans. Elijah Molden missed the tackle, and Lockett has his 3rd score of the year.
You know, if you thought Tyler Lockett had a big year last year when he had 100 receptions and 10 touchdowns, these first 2 games, looks like he's going to be even bigger and badder this season. A little bit of pocket movement by Russell Wilson allowed him to get that ball up and drop it into Lockett.
Extra point by Myers is good. So last week, Lockett had a 69-yard touchdown. And now Wilson and Lockett hook up for 63 yards and a score. 100-yard receiving games. He now has 12 in his career. Rodgers from his own 2-yard line. And Rodgers hit hard at the 16. Tennessee backed up to start this drive. A.J. Brown in motion. Handoff Henry. And he gets 2 yards. DK Metcalf. Second down and 8. Tannehill lost the football. The Seahawks jump on it. fumble for Seattle.
The pressure happened so fast and it's so sudden. Ryan Tannehill cocked his arm, looking down the field. It wasn't there. Getting ready to try and locate receiver number 2. And that ball comes directly out. And it's a mad scramble. And the Seahawks come up with it.
That was a game and a half into this season. Carson at the 5. Lunges. Did he get in? No signal yet. And he is stopped short.
Hadn't made a decision whether or not he's going to want this first play reviewed or not.
2nd and goal. Carson right up the middle and in. Touchdown, Seattle. Little pushing and shoving after, and a flag has come out.
After the touchdown, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense number 56. That penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. This is the first foul in the category. If number 56 commits the same foul, he will be disqualified.
Finds the end zone here, and now Myers for the extra point, and it is good. 14 points in the last minute 14 for Seattle. Carson makes it 17-6. 4 times this season already. Last year he only had 8 giveaways the whole year. Rodgers from his own 12. Rodgers gets away from 1 and then lowers his shoulder to cross the 30-yard line. Henry has 9 carries for 18 yards, has not been able to get going, and here he picks up 3 yards. Tannehill to Henry, screen, plenty of blockers in front. Henry has the first down, and then tackled at the 50 by Quandre Diggs. Tannehill on the slant, connects with Julio Jones for a first down. Henry up the middle, finds a little bit of room, and one of his better runs today. Tannehill taking a deep shot. Westbrook-Akina incomplete, but a flag is down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 92. After this is a goal, automatic. First down.
To give to Henry inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. He's hanging tough, and the Titans are driving. Henry hit at the line and doesn't get anywhere. Tannehill surveying the scene, looking end zone. Caught! Julio Jones! Touchdown! His first touchdown as a member of the Titans, and it comes in a big spot on 3rd down.
Means that a linebacker is going to end up trying to cover a wide receiver. A little bit of a mismatch. Julio Jones going up high over Jordan
Brooks. Did he get both feet in, James?
Well, it's going to be reviewed because it's a scoring play, and I think the toe comes in before the heel lands out of bounds. So let's see how that left foot looks. Right foot down, left foot toe, and then heel is inbounds. Nice catch.
After review, the receiver's heel came out of bounds, touchdown out of bounds. As a result, it's an incomplete pass. 4th down.
Instead of blue or red.
If he had just used his toe and hopped out of bounds, would he have been inbounds on the catch?
Yeah, if he would have dragged it or dotted the I, yes, definitely.
We're back in 30 seconds after this from State Farm.
Time on the clock, but if you get a returnable ball, you take it. This is a little too deep right there.
So no touchdown for Jones, but could not get that 2nd foot in. See what Seattle does here with Wilson throwing on first down to Homer. Homer gets away from Jenkins and runs out of bounds for the Seattle first down. Wilson, and another completion, this time to Lockett, who's pushed out by Jenkins. Moving closer to field goal range already. Wilson, wide open man. They just forgot about Freddie Swain, who races into Tennessee territory. Wilson looking left and completes it to Metcalf out of bounds. Scrimmage. And he hands it off to Alex Collins. Room up the middle. Collins tackled at the 13-yard line. His first carry of the season, and it goes for 24 yards. 2. Clock is running. Wilson looking, end zone, incomplete. Metcalf the intended target. Christian Fulton had the coverage. 2nd down and 10. Wilson to the end zone, incomplete. And a flag comes in. Chris Jackson had the coverage on the play for Tennessee.
Pass interference. Defense, number 35. Foul occurred in the end zone. Ball placed at the 1-yard line. Automatic. 1st down.
It's Carson, and it's a touchdown. What a drive by Seattle.
You kind of know what you're going to get because you've done some research on it. And I'm talking about the right guard, Gabe Jackson. You talk about players who can be sparks, who can be energizers. I think on that offensive line, Gabe Jackson is kind of the energizer for that offensive line.
Extra point by Myers is good. On the last 3 possessions for Seattle, they've run 12 plays for 164 yards and 3 touchdowns. 15 seconds left. Titans do have 1 timeout. Myers kicks a low one to Rodgers at the 14. Oh, big hit by Ballore.
That Chester Rogers had to absorb right there.
And with only 1 timeout, Ryan Tannehill will take a knee, and that is how the first half comes to an end. Pete Carroll and the Seahawks trying to win their 13th consecutive home opener, and Carroll firing up the crowd as he runs off the field. That's the end of the first half with the score 24-9. Halftime next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station. Tennessee will get the football to start the second half. Rodgers from his own 1. And Rodgers is tackled by Darrell Taylor. Gets the call to start the second half, and some room on that right side across the 25 and up to the 31-yard line. That's good for a Tennessee first down. A pitch to Henry, and Henry rolls up to the 34, a gain of 3.
Even now, an empty backfield.
On 2nd and 7, Tannehill over the middle, and it's caught. That is Michael Pruitt reeling it in. On 3rd and 1, Henry has the first down. Keeps moving those legs up to the 44-yard line. Tannehill fires, and it's caught. A.J. Brown with the reception in Seattle territory. A gain of 15. They go back to Henry, and he's going nowhere. Al Woods, the former Titan, making the tackle. And James, they've been using 5 linemen up front defensively as well. Tannehill has Pruitt. He's got a lot of room to run. First down, Tennessee.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness defense. Number 56.
The final shove.
From the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
Tannehill broken up, and a flag comes in. Jamal Adams got his hand on it, but the flag could also be on Adams.
Holding. Defense. Number 57. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
So
they give it to Henry. Reverses field. Henry at the 5. Can he get in? He will! What a run! And a touchdown for Derrick Henry.
play to the right side, Derrick Henry, and look at how he shifts the ball to his off arm so that he has to use, if he has to use that lethal stiff arm, he's able to do it. But
Derrick Henry doesn't look fast, but he plays fast, and we saw it on that run as Randy Bullock converts the extra point. Derrick Henry with his first touchdown of the season, and we've got a one-score game in Seattle. Bullock to kick it away. Dallas, the deep man. It bounces at the 7. Dallas fields it at the 4. Dallas, and he can't get away. Westbrook-Ikhine made the initial hit to slow down DJ Dallas. And you see the numbers there. Russell Wilson play action, 3 for 3 for 130 yards in the first half. They 8-yard run by Carson, 2nd and 2, quick pass Lockett, trying to get him in space. And a nice tackle was made by Chris Jackson. Wilson trips on the pitch. Carson slips a tackle, reaches, and I don't think he got there.
Get the ball out by the runner.
No challenge. Vrabel lets it go. Quick pass to Metcalf. Gets away from Evans, and Metcalf bulldozes his way to the 35. Tyler said, what you see is what you get. Wilson in trouble. Pump fakes, creates some time, and completes it to Lockett. Wow, looked like Russell Wilson was in trouble. But as Bowen pointed out to us, he has that spider sense. Wilson, down he goes. Murchison makes the play. In opener. Nothing to do with you, James. Wilson to the air. Another completion to Lockett right in front of Jenkins. Wilson to Carson. Hit and stopped. Big play by that Tennessee defense, and it was David Long, the first to get back there. Downs today. It's 4th and 3. Dixon to Rodgers, who calls for a fair catch at the 8-yard line to start this drive. Henry at running back takes the handoff. Henry jumping over the line to pick up 2. Fans making some noise. The Hawks nest right behind Tannehill on 2nd down. Over the middle to Pruitt, and he holds on and stays on his feet. Oh, now they're going to say he was down. That was close. But they mark him down at the 31 for a 22-yard gain. And Tannehill to Henry at the 35. First down for Tennessee. Cody Barton runs on late for Seattle. Henry right up the gut. And Henry takes it out to midfield. 2nd and 4. Henry following his blocks on the right side into Seattle territory and picks up another first down. Nick Nichols in at running back. Tannehill, and he threw it a little bit behind A.J. Brown, who could not hold on. Henry on the sideline for another play. 2nd down and 10. Tannehill to the air, juggled, Jones dropped it, should have had it. Low snap, Tannehill fields it, throws it, and it is caught over the middle. What a job by Rodgers to hold on to that one. Tannehill told us he has a lot of confidence in Rodgers and proved it there on 3rd down as Henry is back. And no gain on the play for Derrick Henry. Tannehill over the middle, and the catch is made. That's Jeff Swaim.
Vocal.
3rd and 5. Tannehill has time, now throws it away. Pressure was coming from Kerry Hyder. And it's 4th and 5 with 1 second on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Bullock's kick on the way, and it is no good. The kicker woes continue for Mike Vrabel and the Titans. Bullock misses from 44 yards to close out the 3rd quarter. Russell Wilson to the air on 1st down, trying to set up the screen. He's got Carson with a flag down. Carson, and now multiple flags down. Carson runs out of bounds.
There are 2 calls on the play, both by the same team. Holding, offense, number 14. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, offense, number 14. That penalty is accepted. 10 yards from the previous spot. First down.
1st and 20 after the penalty. Quick pass, Swain hit hard. Tennessee was ready for that. Chris Jackson and Rashaan Evans with the tackle.
You're DK Metcalf. You're a deep play threat.
Wilson, Lockett, and tackled at the 31 by David Long. Wilson has time, taking a deep shot, wide open, and there he goes! Touchdown, Seattle, Freddie Swain! And what happened on defense?
You've got a coverage shell right here where you're going to keep everything in front of you except for one lone guy who's headed to the end zone. And you're thinking, we've got to stop the 3rd and 13 throw. We've got to stop the 1st down. got to manage and cover the entire field.
68-yard touchdown. And for Swain, that is his third career touchdown. The extra point is no good by Myers. First time he's missed an extra point this season. For 60 yards, one to Lockett, and the most recent one to Swain. And so far, he has delivered an inspiring performance. Tannehill throwing to Brown on first, and he's got a first down. And Sherry, thank you and condolences to the entire Moab family. Here's Derrick Henry with some nice running. Henry trying to turn it on inside the 30, stays on his feet, and he will go! Derrick Henry, 60 yards!
If you don't have great gap control, and by that I mean there has to be a defender in each and every gap, Derrick Henry's going to get through, and he's going to make you pay. And you know what, I think Derrick Henry is actually smarting a little bit. There was a high schooler in Florida who broke his all-time single-game rushing record of over 500 yards this past weekend. So maybe Derrick Henry's thinking, you know, I got to get back at that kid.
He's
really
got
proud of that kid.
135 today, his second rushing touchdown, and we've got a 7-point game in Seattle. Still got a long way to go in the fourth quarter. Derrick Henry making it a 7-point game. It's a touchback for Randy Bullock. And
you know, Gerald Everett, tight end number 81, has been very quiet so far.
It's Swain who caught that last touchdown, and not much doing there.
Do best offensively.
Play fake. Wilson gets rid of it. There's Everett, but nothing doing. Kevin Byard, stride for stride with Everett. Wilson taking a deep shot down the field, and it's broken up. Christian Fulton getting a hand on it. He's been in a good battle all day long with DK Metcalf. 3 and out today by the Seattle offense, and Tennessee's going to get the football back. Dixon punting to Rodgers. Good punt by Dixon all the way to the 9-yard line. Rodgers hit hard at the 19. Big tackle made on the play. Starts this drive at left guard for the Titans, and they begin it on the ground with Henry. And Henry gets to the 21-yard line, a gain of 3. Al Woods on the tackle for the Seahawks.
Protecting the quarterback. So go ahead and throw the football if you want to.
There's Henry again, though, and he's able to cross the 25. Tannehill takes it himself for the first down, and that temporarily quiets this raucous crowd. Tannehill to Brown, and he could not hold on. Trey Flowers had the coverage. Rodgers in motion. Tannehill. He's going to take it himself, has some room, and another first down run by Ryan Tannehill. Tannehill loading up, taking a deep shot. He's got a man down there, and it's incomplete. A.J. Brown, the intended target, and D.J. Reed had the recovery. And now
after the play was over, Tonti, defense number 2, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic. First down. That's number 2's first foul in the category of unsportsmanlike conduct. He gets another foul in the same category, he will be disqualified.
Rex at his opponent. They do not want to talk to. They want to flag immediately to try to get this out of the game, guys.
Tannehill is wrapped up by Woods. With not only the time left in the game, but the kicker issues if this is 4-down territory. Tannehill completes it to Julio Jones. He's 2 yards shy of a first down. Derrick Henry not in there. It's McNichols at running back. Tannehill pump fakes, in trouble, throws it incomplete. Kerry Hyder applying the pressure for Seattle. Limped off the field, so a ton of offensive line issues for Tennessee. Carson on first down, and he picks up a couple as we approach 5 minutes to play. Wilson, quick pass, incomplete. Pressure was coming from Harold Landry. Pressure coming. Wilson sees it, throws it, completes it to Metcalf, and he is 1 yard shy of a first down. Play clock at 5, and movement, and Seattle jumps.
False start. Offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Dixon averaging 54 yards per punt today. Uncorks another good one, a low one. Rodgers slips a tackle. Can he get to the other side of the field? Cuts it back at the 30 and down at the 32-yard line. He was not in there on 4th down. Takes the handoff here. Henry, nice run across the 35, but a late flag comes in.
Jones on a hold.
Offense, number 60. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Tannehill completes it to Julio Jones, takes a big hit, stays on his feet, still going to the 32-yard line.
Himself, where he's doing it today.
Tannehill screen, Henry makes the catch. Blockers in front, Henry first down. Still going up to the 46-yard line.
That's a player.
Tannehill over the middle, Henry immediately hit by Bobby Wagner.
Could almost bring pressure here knowing that they're not going to run it.
Tannehill to McNichols, he's got a first down. Into Seattle territory and tackled by Wagner at the 41-yard line. Handoff McNichols. And he spins his way to the 38-yard line. This is
Tannehill.
Tannehill does take the snap. Has time. And checks it down to McNichols, who has another first down. Stretches out to the 26-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute warning. Tennessee driving down 7 on CBS. Derrick Henry with 139 yards this half, which is more than Seattle has as a team. Henry adding to his total inside the 20.
Much time on the clock here as they can.
They go to Henry, and he picks up the first down. Tannehill stands in there, completes it to Henry, who's tackled at the 11-yard line. Anytime. 2nd down and 6. Tannehill completes it. McNichols at the 5, and McNichols is tackled right there. 3rd and 1. Henry up the middle. First down and more, and no signal yet. Yes, he's in. Touchdown. And now, what does Mike Vrabel want to do? Does he go for 2, or does he tie the game at 30 as we take another look?
You get a touchdown call from the far official, and the official near on this side put it down at the 1-foot line.
Call. The runner was short of the goal line. We will place the ball down. Will the clock operator please set the game clock to 32 seconds?
Tannehill in the shotgun. Handoff, Henry, and he's in for the touchdown. His 3rd score of the game. And Mike Vrabel is not hesitating. He's sending out Bullock to attempt the extra point. And Bullock's kick is good by a hair. We're tied at 30. And Russell Wilson and the Seahawks are going to get the ball back with 2 timeouts remaining for just 13 yards. They do bounce it on the ground, scooped up by Dallas at the 10. And Dallas is tackled at the 26-yard line.
To cover the pass.
Wilson to Homer out of the backfield, low throw, goes to the ground, makes the catch, stays in bounds. So Seattle has to call a timeout. They have 1 remaining. Wilson in trouble. Steps up, spins away, keeps the play alive, hit from behind. Bud Dupree with a big hit from behind on Wilson. Prevent defense here. Wilson buying some time. Now he's going to run it, trying to get out of bounds. He has to, and he does, with 2 seconds on the clock. Tennessee has 5 up front and everyone back deep. It's not going to be a Hail Mary. They're just going to try to maybe do some laterals, or no. That is it. Lockett is down, and we are going to overtime. Chester Rogers is back deep, underway in OT, week 2 of the NFL on CBS. Rogers from his own 3. Rogers runs into his own man at the 17-yard line. Tennessee's had it 5 times in the second half. They scored 3 touchdowns. Tannehill has time, completes it to Henry. 2nd and 4. They give it to Henry. Bobby Wagner is the first to greet him. Pressure's coming. Tannehill throws, incomplete, but a flag comes in. Tannehill was sent to the ground, and that's where the flag is.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, 15 yards, automatic, first down.
Flag is down before the play and a false start against Tennessee.
False start. Offense, number 62. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Ryan Tannehill had a fumble and then a touchdown off of it.
Tannehill rolling right, throwing for Brown, incomplete. Quick pass to Rogers, and he dropped it. And that was dangerously close to popping up in the air for an INT. 6 drops by Tennessee today. 3rd and long. Pressure's coming. Tannehill delivers, incomplete. He threw it behind Chester Rogers, and the Seattle defense gets the job done. Out comes the punter, Brett Kern. 17 tackles, 1 sack today. Only the 2nd punt for Brett Kern. Fair catch by Swain at his own 13-yard line. Carson, the running back, on first down. It's a play fake. Wilson looking deep for Lockett, makes the adjustment, but he was out of bounds. Good coverage on the play by Christian Fulton and Dane Cruikshank. Well, it's still Jones for Seattle. Wilson overthrows DK Metcalf. Christian Fulton has had good coverage today, frustrating Metcalf, and it's 3rd and 10. Wilson in trouble, spins away, he's got to be careful, nearly a safety, and he throws it away. But if it's grounding, that would be the ball game.
Well, it looks like they have him down at the 1-yard line.
Wow, they do. Tennessee thought he was in the end zone. They're saying that he's down at the 1. Cannot challenge in overtime. All replay reviews initiated by the booth. So Rogers on the return. Tennessee's going to have great field position. He is tackled at the 39-yard line. It is Henry trying the left side. He's got some room. Henry lowers his shoulder inside the 30. Good for a Tennessee first down. Henry again up the middle. Inside the 25. 2nd and 6. Henry to the right side. And Bobby Wagner makes another tackle. They do run it with Henry. Cuts it up. And Henry is tackled a yard shy of a first down. Bullock from 36 yards away. Kick on the way. And it is good! Randy Bullock delivers! And just an incredible win on the road in a raucous atmosphere for the Tennessee Titans. Randy Bullock spent the last 4 years with Cincinnati. Let go at the end of the summer, scooped up by Tennessee, and he delivers the overtime winner for the Titans. The 14th kicker on the roster in the last 3 seasons, and number 14 splits the uprights. 24-9 halftime deficit, and the Titans come back to win. A reminder that tonight on CBS is the Emmy Awards. Coming up next, the State Farm postgame show. So for James Lofton, Sherry Burris, and Gene Steratore, this is Andrew Catalan saying so long from Seattle. We'll join James Brown right after this.